very well mixed, no lump. You have your mold, and it is preferable to put it into the freezer before, fold it into it, right up to the brim, and that would go in the freezer. Your Melba sauce, half of it with your fruit, the other half in a sauce boat. You keep a little of it to dip the garnish into it. You mix that well. Have in the fridge a souffle which has been in a freezer for 4 hours. The paper come off. And with a spoon and a little bit of hot water next to you, you make a hole, take off, and remember, a souffle should be never too hard. Otherwise it loses all its magic. As you see, I've taken a little bit of it, going to fold my strawberry into it. Give that reminder a nice whisk so it's nice and smooth. Fold it on top. Use a palette knife to smooth it over. A bit more smooth there. No, that's not too bad. I think Michel might approve of that. Take your little strawberry. And then you can either dip them like that, standing up, or put them on the side, or one against each other, which I think would rather look nice. And one in the middle. And there you are, is your cold souffle.
Souffle Suissesse with mushroom, one of the most delightful dishes as a savory dishes, which Albert excel on it. Now let's have a close look at the ingredient which is needed for that recipe. We've got the batter for the roux, on which we're going to add the flour, so that will give you the basic roux, the milk, that will become a bechamel, and the egg yolk. The mixing, now we've got mixed into that appareil, that basic bechamel, you've got chopped shallots, chopped mushrooms, and a little butter, which we're going to cook together, and which will give a nice duxelles of mushroom, chopped mushroom which have been cooked. The grated cheese, a little Gruyere, which we're going to sprinkle onto the souffle when the souffle are inverted and have been cooked. And of course, the white of eggs and the salt. Now I'm going to start beating the white of eggs when Albert has been cooking. What Albert has been doing is been doing the roux. He has added the milk into it, let it boil for a few minutes, and then egg white has been added, and you let it boil for a minute or two, Albert. Is that correct?
The yolk of eggs have been
Yes.
added, not egg white,
No,
the
no.
yolk of eggs.
Yes.
And I'm simmer it for a few minutes.
Yes.
You
Just
can
a few minutes.
speed up the thing. I'm just going to put the duxelles de champignon into there.
So now the mushrooms are added into the appareil, which is the bechamel, where you've got your egg yolk. It's time to put a pinch of salt into the white of eggs for the souffle.
I want them nice and stiff, Michel?
Yes, you do. Now your bowl is ready here if you want to do your
Yep.
mixing. Now they're going to be ready in a second. You want me to give you half
Yeah,
of it?
a little
first?
bit.
Little bit. There we are.
Okay. And
As
start
Albert-
to mix
Albert
slowly
asked
at a
for them to
time.
be very firm, and like any principle of the souffle, just a little first.
And I like to mix it, but that's me, with a whisk, Michel.
All
Very
the way
lightly,
around?
all the way around. But as you can
With
see,
the mushroom in.
I'm not forcing it. I'm making a very light mix. I'm folding it in a sort of a way. I'm happy with that.
You're happy with that. Now you've got your mold. You like to
Got my
do
mold
it,
well
which
buttered.
have been very well buttered. They've been first into the refrigerator, so they were nice and cold, and then all buttered around with the soft butter. And you can see that
I'm
Albert
dropping
is...
it upward, Michel.
Yes.
I'm not just banging it
No,
into it.
upward. You're quite right.
Up.
And that's going to go in a very hot oven just for 2 or 3 minutes. Now we're going to bake all the recipe, but we're only going to serve one dish.
So I'll take that
You
into
take
the
that to
oven.
the
Yes.
oven.
I feel more
Yes.
secure.
Good. You've got the top oven for you.
Top oven.
At very hot temperature, 220 degrees centigrade. And I can see you've got your cream boiling there. That's what you wanted, isn't it?
Yes, slightly salted.
Yes.
And that's my dish, my recipe.
Would you like some pepper a little bit as well?
No, Michel,
pepper.
not into that.
Good.
I'm
Your
going
cheese
to
is
pour
there.
my cream into there.
You pour it into your serving dish.
Yep.
Since you've been happy about the time in the oven, Albert,
But they've been there about 2.5 minutes.
You're
Michel.
quite right. They've been 2.5 minutes in the oven, and they're just holding
See,
nicely.
they're holding nicely.
They're beautiful.
So what you do, cloth in your hand,
You only do 4, Albert.
and you dip them over.
Oh, they look lovely. Let's move that pan away. Beautiful. You can put only 4, Albert, as we're going to cook one dish. That's
Okay. Now, it will never rise
Lovely one
like
there.
a souffle. It's called souffle suisses,
Here.
but it never rises like a souffle. It will rise, but don't expect it to rise up there, huh? Because the mixture, due to the mushroom into it as well, it's not a light mixture.
I think that's a very important point you mentioned.
So
Normally
that-
souffle suisses.
they will just go in above the dish
Would you like
and
me to put
sprinkle.
them in oven?
Look at the way
Lovely.
I'm not spreading like my brother said before.
That's
but
sprinkling it.
I'm sprinkling on top, and it's very important.
Yeah.
There we are, Michel.
They've been there for
Lovely.
2 minutes.
You see, they're very bouncy, Michel.
Mm. And the nice thing I've noticed it is that the cream is still
Nice and
very
liquid.
light and liquid around.
I'll go.
That bring my thought into next week for the dinner party program, which we are going to do. I can't wait. I can't wait. That's really a dinner party dish, isn't it?
Well,
Souffle
beautiful,
suisses
Michel.
with mushroom.
Yes.
Well done, I must say. I haven't
Thank
seen.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you. Well, I'm an
Enjoyed it.
expert at that. I do them every day at Le Gavroche.
you are.
Well, let's wish everybody happy eating,
Time to go.
time to go, and happy cooking too.